What's up, y'all? Today I will be reviewing the new scales that finally came in from at Bally_nerd off Instagram. He's one of the designers at Firefox Factory, right, for their well-known replicant spacers and channel tie spacers. He's one of the designers there. So I placed an order around late March, middle March, something like that, around spring break for me. And let's see, it just came roughly last week, so about middle of June. So it took about 3 months because I placed an order and he already had a lot of people waiting on him for scales. Uh, Initial impressions. I had this knife about for a week now, so I can say for sure that, I mean, I know how it feels like because I've been flipping it mainly for a week. Uh, as you can see, if tuned correctly, there's no tap. Pretty nice. The sound quality isn't as good as my other replicant. I think it's just the fact that I didn't tune it as good. But overall, it provides a satisfying, blocky feel to the replicant. So, let's see if I can put this on camera. So that's the end. You can see I chose, what was it? Green Select G10. Sorry about the autofocus, but I put my blue tie screws that I did put in on my old replicant in there. And yeah, I also stripped a screw at one of the sex bolts down here by the spacer when trying to install it. It was not the scale's fault, it's my own fault. I think I over tightened it. It's been a while since I took apart a replicant anyway, plus my replicant has never been taken apart, so it was fun trying to to get the red Loctite out and like fixed, loosened so I can install the new scales. But overall, out of all the scales I've had for the replicant, this is probably the best I've had. I've had other people make scales for me before. I've had the hammer scales. I've had some custom scales like solid G10, no millings, no design, no nothing cool like that. I've also had a ton of stock G10. So if you can get your hands, if you like the design that he put out, so I opted for this design where I think it's a little clear on this side. It's like, what's it called? Indentations of milling. The milling's very extremely well. All the screws were able to go through, like at the pivots, just as fine, right? There is, if you look and see, the blade's not touching any side. It's pretty nice. I really do like the select look. Yeah, overall, very nice. I think the tape added a little bit of weight on the handle, so I had to get used to the dynamics now of how this flips. But yeah, oops, I dropped it. All right, I hit my camera. Well, anyways, yeah, I can say I prefer this. Oh, how it feels in the hand. So if you've had a select replicant before, the G10 feels a little bit more grippy, I would say, than the stock BRS black or premium G10. It feels definitely more grippy because I think it has like a different grit. I'm not so sure. Please correct me on that because I'm not an expert, you know. I'm just here sharing my opinions and my thoughts on the new scales that Bally Nerd put out for me. Oh, for a low price of $55 PayPal, this was definitely worth the wait. It's definitely the cheapest set of scales I have had to pay for. I think Hammer charges like what, 70 or 85 or something like that. Something ridiculous. But I do have to give props to Hammer. I did like his white G10 scales for a little bit, but they really threw off the balance for me because they made the knife more neutral. This keeps the same rear bias on a replicant that I've always known and come to get used to. Other than that, yeah, I think the weight is roughly the same. Oh, and if you had an Alpha Beast, so I'll say what I mean by that. So on a stock G10 replicant, the scales are rounded at the side, right? And you don't really feel the liners as much, right? But with Bally Nerds, you can feel the blockiness, right? The literal blockiness of the handles. If you like that, if you like how an Alpha Beast feels for like handle wise, where it's like kind of blocky, you'll definitely like this. Me, I don't mind either way. I noticed it still performs tricks how I want them to do, fanning wise and whatnot. I think it's a little better now for overhand. Yeah, overhand stuff is pretty nice. I don't know, it's like I said, it's all preference based. So yeah, if you like the look aesthetic of the scales, this is an example of what he put out for me, what I put in my order. Definitely like it, definitely recommend, definitely cop. I would cop. It's worth the wait. Yeah, my original plans for the Replicant was I was gonna use the Replicant as a beater knife, but as you can see, blade's still okay. It's like a solid 7, I'd say. The edge is not there anymore. It's a little dinged up at the end right there, but yeah. This new scale, brand spanking new. I haven't dropped this or flipped this over concrete yet. My black ones, oh, those are teared up a bit. But yeah, pretty nice, pretty dope. Stay tuned. In another month or so, I should be getting my Marin. I didn't order a Marin from MachineWise off Instagram, so it's gonna be hype. I'm gonna make a review on that after I've had it for a while. But yeah, here's some more repetitive flipping that I can do with one hand. Oopsie. See, I messed up the pinky catch that I was gonna do. I don't know if that was in frame, but oops, whatever. Yeah. Definitely solid cop. If you're looking into making a custom replicant, definitely recommend. Get some of these scales by Bally Nerd. There's tie spacers and possibly a Bally Knives reblade with a real Tonto. I do like his reblade. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, I've been kind of sloppy at flipping recently. But yeah, thanks for watching. But yeah, quick oversight, ramble, review, however you like to call it. Definitely cop. Definitely buy. Aesthetic. Alright, peace.